Hello, everyone, and welcome. Here we are getting underway. Oh, the rocket artillery is raining down here. Summer Offensive Tournament final kicking off in fashion with Core STDB versus DC+Raptors. Core in blue, fighting for the Allies, going up against STDB, Core with STDB in blue, going up against Raptors DC in orange today. First point, like usual, is contested immediately here by Core. Now after this is where the fun really gets going. Gonna be the first point towards Core STDB. That's not uncommon here for. It's not uncommon here for the offensive. Rarely does the defending team create a challenge for the first point. Rockets going over to both HQs. You can see right there, a rocket sniping in. Oh my gosh, shooting crazy rocket snipes coming out from Raptors DC. They're getting trucks in both HQs. Core pushing very aggressively right here. It is now 4-1, so 4 more points here for Core to make. Next point is going to be Rue de la Guerre. You can see it off ahead to the southeast. Closing up on one of the first defensive garrisons here. They'll have to manually take that. No explosives can really do anything, including tanks, to this. Zwaday defending here, 1vx. I mean, there's so many Core STDB members there. He finally goes down. One of those frontline Garys is also going to drop with it. You see Core has brought out a tank on the eastern side of things. Rocket artillery continues here from the Raptors on the right side of your screen. Marcroft and Grimaldo. Big spawn wave down in the field here from DC+Raptors. I did not expect that many bodies to spawn in. Looked like they'd kind of given up that position. Not the case, though. Not the case at all. Crux has a peek through the bushes there, and it's going to be almost easily able to get everyone on the takedown. Wurs is going to trade the takedown back, but unfortunately all that's left here is Psionics on this garrison. I'm not too sure if SEMA's gonna go for it. Oh, big spawn wave again. So Core just unable to close the gap and take that down manually. Wonder if they're gonna do maybe some nade spam here. SEMA in the street gonna take down 2, looking to push on the backside right here. Surprised he hasn't been picked off yet. The rest of DC and Raptors just a little concerned with the front of that defensive position. SEMA coming around the backside here. Let's go on board. Oh, might just be gatekeeping the backside a little bit. Actually does go down there. So let's rotate to see the rest of this battle form. You can see Rue de la Guerre. So Raptors DC really putting an onus on the close sector rather than worrying so much about their flank. Now, Core's taking a long time. This is something that I figured that would be over within the minute that we were over here. But they are taking a rather long time to take this. Now, quick nicks on the backside with the MG might be a reason why. Up on the roof there, able to just absolutely rain fire down onto that position. Oh my, what a beautiful spot here for the MG42 up on the roof. Icarus tries to go for the take there. He's not going to get it. Quick Nick's finally taking some fire right here. But he stays up. Core cannot take him down. Finally get the takedown onto Quick Nicks, but after a long time of absolutely suppressing their push on the left flank here. So Core really gonna be looking to push this left flank, take down the garrisons there, and push on the flank of the point itself. You can see that they're no progress, and I was gonna say not a lot. Well, we could say Herald has made some progress here. Sneaky Herald pushing up close to Cow and Mr. H. He could potentially go for getting a takedown there. Potentially go for a OP. I'm not too sure if there's a Guerre on the other side of this or not. There's definitely gonna be like an OP. There we go. Another takedown for Herald, looking to see what is on the other side there. Well, there's, yeah, like we said, definitely an OP there. No Guerre. Would have loved to see him rotate. I mean, Sirius is peeking this way, so maybe not the safest thing, but leaving that OP up. You know, Mr. H gonna spawn back in there. Another takedown for Herald. Herald's going off right here. Finally gets traded back from Teal. Now, while that's happening, though, Core have kind of taken down the defenses here on this east side. You can see much closer now, closing on the second hedgerow here. That's going to be their last hedgerow they get to before they're almost right on point here. DC Raptors are going to have to shore up that eastern defense. They are holding steady in the mid, though, so that's okay for them. Rotating back over to the western flank. Core have finally taken down that Guerre. No, it's still up. Surprising. Quick Nix is back up on the top of the building here. It's just gonna make it really hard. Now, speaking of making things really difficult, Para on the backside here, giving Breakpoint and KSI Dub an issue. That was Crux with the takedown. Para is the SL here. Now, Scalp, we saw Scalp in the last game. We saw do really well. I think that was the OPBHB. Scalp was defending rear, doing really well here. Unfortunately, this time Para's a lot closer to point. Looks like they've cut right behind the lines here. Breakpoint holding his side okay. Nobody up on this side over here, just Para pushing in, and this is going to be a little pincer attack onto these warehouses. And you know what? Even though Core's position didn't look good, 10 seconds ago, it's looking mighty good right now. Core going to go for the takedown on the Guerre. MT.DE gets the garrison there from the Stewart. Nice little play. Does lose one crew, but that Stewart flank shoring up the flank here, and respawning on the back is DC Raptors. I believe they do have another spawn here. It's going to be a sneaky garrison placement just behind there. Stewart's going to take a few shots. Skurzian, though, just doesn't reveal the position of that Guerre to the attacking squad. And unfortunately for Para's squad here, he doesn't realize that there is a garrison right there now. Core Killer, he sees the bodies. He gets a few takedowns that way. Probably pinging it out for Jay Thompson, Frank, and Para. We'll see if they rotate to deal with this. But a really weak position overall for the defenders here. Look at how they're getting picked off, taken down as soon as they spawn in. Billy trying to help out the best he can. Now, I believe Core's just going to rotate and easily take this garrison. There is the marker coming out, and that's going to be right on the flank of point here. MT going for another takedown here of another garrison. MT has two Garys that we know of right now with the Stewart. What a play. Close proximity point. Gets an AT gun for good measure too. My gosh, so many garrison takedowns there for that Stewart. It's crazy he's being allowed to do that. On the backside of things, we do have an enemy tank pulling up. Enemy being DC Raptors tank, as we are casting from the Axis side. There is apparently one close, and there is a Puma up far on the hill there. Of course, Puma's very susceptible to anti-tank, so it's smart of him to play that far back, especially if he's not going behind the lines for recon. Lux right here doing a little bit of suppression, has to watch out that he does not get satcheled or too much AT. Anthrax actually is rotating right now. It looks like Anthrax is going to be going for the Puma first, which is not a bad call, honestly. The Puma is supporting, he is supporting the Lux right now. I do like this little 1-2 play, though, of support. Anthrax is going to have a little challenge on his shot right here. Let's see if he can make it from range. Anthrax hits once in the side, does not take down the Puma. Gonna have to reload here. Puma has no clue what's going on. Second rocket gonna come in, and no, it misses. Oh no, Anthrax missing on the rocket there, does not get the takedown on the Puma. One-man Puma, lucky to be alive right now. Bombing run gonna drop front line here from Core. Doesn't get a whole lot, maybe one off of the spawn. Just looking to see that series. Yeah, that's an AT gun there, an emplacement, an AT emplacement. Scalp gonna throw up a recon flare, deep recon flare there, just to get the picture of the enemy positions. Crusader is pushing very aggressively here front line, trying to get inside the point. Look for those spawns to take them down. Oh, that was a long fight there. Crusader going to come out on top in that one. John McCline Grimaldum pushing up to see what happened there. Crusader already has the satchel down. Is going to look to patch up and then go for some kind of aggressive play here, as that satchel is just on a timer now. El Sepsis also going to be flanking over. Looks like he's found an opening on the left side. Interesting to see if he gets an OP up close. Crusader is going through point right now, tearing a hole through point. Unfortunately for him, he gets taken down, but he has that satchel present for Teal'c, and so does Teal'c. Now, gotta watch out here. DC Raptors, they might end up with majority of their defenders on an island to the east. Sirius now trying to push back onto point. Luapet trip, the latest from STDB Core on point. Luapet gonna win that first trade. Dalmore, the only one left up. The good news, though, that the DC squad was able to keep their OP up there, and I do see Sirius down, but I don't think their OP is. So not the worst position. They're still holding. Yeah, there we go. OP is still up. They're still holding that position in the wheat field, but for how much longer? Christian, Fleeter are pushing. That would be a really big loss for the defenders on the backside. Henningby, Spieler, Frank, Poompel, all pushing in. I mean, Core has a really nice position up on this east side here. I don't know if Frank can get a deep Guerre up, possibly. Spieler's just running through the field. That's not the best idea, Spieler. Yeah, he gets taken down by Breakpoint. Front line, though, Core is significantly closer here to the point. There's actually a flank going on here. Panzer IV versus a Sherman. The Sherman comes out on top. Sherman winning that one before getting taken down by Paramax with the AT. In the end, nobody's the victor there. Both tanks going down. Although I'd have to assume that Core would be the overall victor just due to the proximity, the closeness of their spawn. It'll be much easier to get the next tank up to point here than it will be for DC Raptors to get another one up, as we are still on the side of the map of the Allies in blue, Core STDB. Now, I mean, there's another, I see a 76 pulling up to point here. Havald is actually frontlining it with his guys. Shout out to the commander here, running into Rulebook Roger there with the MG. Going a little bit further back here, we're on top of the 76. Now, yes, DC Raptors do stabilize their lines momentarily. However, look at how much ground Core STDB have made here. They're right on the front line. That 76, though, needs to be a little careful. He's going to maybe take a rocket from Tomy. No. Le Docteur. Right there. I'm pretty sure that's Doctor. He's just changed his name to Le Docteur. I'm not too sure why. Maybe because they're playing a French team. Maybe we can ask him why. Doctor, really good player from STDB. I don't know if that's another dude. I'm like 95% sure though that it's just Doctor, who's gone with a French name for today. On the backside, a big flank defensively coming out. This is going to be an important little 1v1. Prowie coming out on top. That's very important. However, look at this position Core have themselves in right now. Now, what Core need to do is maintain their position in the back southeast side without giving up their front position. I think they're looking pretty good, but this if I'm a commander here, this is a bombing run dream come true right here. You could pretty much take out all, of course, front line. The only issue is for DC Raptors, I don't think there's anybody there to push after a bombing run drop, so it might be, you know, kind of a moot point to use it there. We'll see. Crusader again pushing up. He's not playing squad lead today. No, he is playing infantry. Unfortunately, we couldn't get on him before he got taken down there. But doing a really good job. Seems to be getting on good flanks now. Unfortunately for DC Raptors, this point is on a timer right now. Is that 76 is just pounding the spawn here on the house. Is serious. Last one up with Paramax. He gets taken down. Paramax gets taken down. And this is going to be Core's point. So Core have, STDB Core, apologies, have 2 now. Taking down this one. Bombing run drops really late, honestly. That bombing run is way late on this one. Not going to do anything. Really just wasting resources at this point. DC Raptors can't hold long enough to make it useful, and that's gonna be the second point for Core coming out here. So I was wondering how they would be doing, how long it would take them to dismantle these points, and honestly I'm a little surprised at how quickly it's going right now. I think we'll have to wait and see how the defenses ramp up on the next points. Of course, we're gonna be AA network next here, so you know, DC Raptors have quite a bit of time to get their lines out, and they have quite a bit more space here. If we're looking at the map from, let's do a RTS view here. You can see there's quite a bit of fields. My big fears with this are obviously the 2 wheat fields on the right here and on the backside. The backside is going to be an issue with the forest. The forest behind the wheat field. Those are the 2 spots where you need to have infantry inside. If you don't, Core will just push infantry through, and they will be pushing infantry through there. So, you know, having infantry in there, covering your flanks, you know, covering the force behind the point of AA network are going to be keys here for DC Raptors to hold on to this one. But what's encouraging is there's a lot of rooftops. If we go down, a lot of rooftops here, you know, they can play MGs on the roofs here. They can play on the backside. I think it's going to be important to hold the backside up where Rulebook Roger is. Now, you can already see Spieler, Frank, Anthrax all on the flank here. Kissy Dub is kind of out on a limb by himself there. There is also a Panzer IV up here on this flank too. Kissy Dub going down there. Actually, it's not a Panzer IV, it's a Panther. A little Panther there. That's gonna be the crew of Phionics, Red Dot Ronnie, and Ernest. I like Red Dot Ronnie. That's an awesome name. Ooh, that Panther did not fall back far enough into the hedgerow as the 76 picks him off. I don't see from where though. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we could just press M and find out. That 76 is very far back. There's actually a, I don't know if there's the Stewart or the 76. There's 2 76s on the field now. You can see, and a Stewart on the front line. So Core is not losing. Even their light armor, they're keeping onto it. They're not losing it. Oh my gosh, that is shocking. That DC tank going down with a peek to the front of it, taking fire here. 76 getting the kill. They took a shot and they didn't fall back far enough. I'm not too sure why they stayed there trying to hold the angle maybe. Panther getting picked off like butter there really easily. That's going to open up this kind of left side here for Core STDB just a little bit now. If, you know, the issue is, okay, the tank has done some work here, but I mean, it's so open and there's wheat fields everywhere, so it'll be very easy for AT to get on the flanks of those armor pieces for the allies. So, I mean, the Axis, it's not, you know, emergency time per se yet, but I believe we'll need to see some AT guns come up, especially when the fuel cost starts to be an issue. Now, yeah, what worries me is the Stewart is still up. The Stewart is still good to go. You're going to see that Stewart come in big again with flanks. I do like that the DC Raptors team have really spread their lines here. You can see they're not compact on point. They've got out. They recognize the importance of this flank, and they're doing a good job to hold it right now. However, excuse me, apologies. My concern here, ooh, long range rocket. Did that hit anything? Is there anything there? I just wanted to check here. Well, if there was, there isn't anymore. That issue is if Mosh and his squad get positioned right there, they could easily get into that field. And that field is kind of an access to the whole area here on AA Network. Now, I don't see anybody in a position to punish that or to deny that field right now. So I'm a little bit worried that if this squad... Now, all right, well, the good play there. The squad getting wiped. Rulebook Roger in a good position on the backside to wipe them. So I was a little worried for a second there that they'd be able to get into that grain field there and exploit its cover to rotate onto point. Not the case. A Raptors Panther is going to come up. Hopefully they have a better luck than the DC Panther did. They got to be careful, though. There's two 76s roaming on this side. They might actually do what the Core 76 did to their brother here, the other Panther. There's the opening. Oh, getting one, but not early enough here. This 76 is yeeting down the road. I'm trying to open up the gameplay map here and see why he's deciding to do that. He's kind of a poor decision here from this Core 76. Unless the Panther has no clue he's there. Yeah, it looks like he's found a position where he can repair. On the road, nope, nobody repairing yet. Lee, Opie, and Empty. This is the crew that was running the Stewart earlier that was just doing crazy work with the Stewart. Very mobile, very aggressive play. He's come up to support the other core squad that's on this flank. Gotta watch out, though. That Panther is wise to this plan. Panther's gonna be peeking the back bush. Ooh, I think the core tank sees him, though. Shot goes in right there. The Panther doesn't have a shot on target right here. The 76 might just win this trade. And he does. 76 wins this trade. Now, can he stay up? Taking shots. Whoop, sorry about that. Taking shots from the left side. Ricochets the second rocket here. Paramax, Bobby not able to get the position here. KSI Dub also just a squad lead right now. 76, got to watch out there. He rolled up on top of the half track. 76 loses the crew. George Lee goes down. Seema luckily gets the kill onto Paramax there. Bobby's the last one up. I think he doesn't have any rockets left, though. He's going to have to respawn if he doesn't. Seeing some supplies in the back. Hold the phone. Are those just supplies? Yeah, those are just going to be supplies, not an airhead. I was wondering if those would be an airhead. Bombing run is going to be coming down onto AA Network here on point. Now rotating to the western side of the point right here. Core's trying to make a push onto the close proximity Hamlet on the flank. And we have a little light tank battle also. That's cute. Stewart versus Lux here with support. Ooh, Stewart getting the takedown onto the Lux. Rockets coming in. Raptor's gonna miss. Oh no. Raptor misses with his first rocket there. Has a chance for a second. There we go. Gets the second into the side, but really unfortunate there. Raptor should have had that first one on target. It probably would have taken down the Stewart. Not in time for the Lux to stay up. Ooh, Marco. Oh, just over top of the... Marco tried to hide from that one, but the Stewart wasn't playing games there. Gets the takedown. All right, well, Core supported using those light tanks very efficiently here today. You can see even the Stewart just so hard, so tough to deal with here. Really able to support the push coming in here. And those missed rockets are going to come back to bite DC Raptors. You can see they get one more. Markovic looking for another rocket into the side of this Stewart. You know what, the reason, and well, I won't pronounce that name on stream. Apologies there. I don't think that's an appropriate name for a tournament. But they're doing a good job defending the left side of the point. Finally, Markovic gets the takedown onto the Stewart. How long did that take, though? How many missed anti-tank rockets did they get? And you know what we said about this field? I mean, explaining it right now is Schnarchi and Mosh. Mosh gets taken down, though. Schnarchi doesn't know about the OP in the middle of the field. It'll be just assumed that there is. He's rotating to help out this flank right here. Horton gets taken down by Trip. Schnarchi's not going to pick off that OP just yet. I'm sure, you know, a random body running in the field will pick it off. There we go. He's going. Ooh, just not. There we go. Trip's going to get it. Schnarchi's going to run into a wall of orange right here. Or maybe not. You know, it's so hard to see. Like, up here, we can see clearly. Look, he runs right over John. Okay, so I have to do this because if there's anybody in the chat watching that is new to competitive Hell Let Loose and wondering, no way, how did he not see him? Let's go to the eye level and see what it looks like. You cannot see anything. This is what it looks like. And don't pay attention to the orange and the blue. Just pay attention to what you can see, because that's what they see. Like, this Guerre is so hard to see. If you're not elevated on a wall, on a fence, you can't really see. You know, you can't really see where people are. Now, of course, we have high. If you put it to low, you can see a little better. But we have high settings. Apologies. The Guerre follow-up, I do like that Guerre. It's a little, it's not just directly in the corner here. It's not directly in the open. Very dangerous position. I mean, DC Raptors need to push out of this, get some takedowns, get some ground back from Core. Speaking of getting ground, Trip here is running amok inside the point. We'll stay on board with him, see what he can find. Ooh, Feast versus Trip right here. Trip gonna win that one. Sirius and his full squad falling back, though. Yeah, good takedown there by Reason. So, all in all, not horrible news here for DC Raptors. They've held the northwest side. If we rotate, we can see Scalp on the flank here. Actually, he's under quite a bit of pressure from Jade Thompson, Raup, and Killer over here with the OP. So that might be going down soon. Back on this side, Markovic pushing out nicely after that tank went down. Unfortunately, 276 stacks rotating to deal with whatever pops up on this side. So the second wave of that attack is coming in soon. Let's rotate to the east side of point, where apparently Core are getting pushed out. So that's exactly what DC Raptors need to do. Greyhound coming up to look to clear out. Crusader, one man on a mission. Is he just going to be running people over? Oh, no, that's a bad place to stop, Crusader. You don't want to stop there. He's getting planted right away. As soon as he stops on point, he gets planted with a satchel. Stuka going to drop there. Not too sure what it was targeting. We have 376s up. This is so dangerous. Down goes the Greyhound. Not too sure what Crusader was thinking on that one. He gets satcheled immediately. But these 376s are going to be so dangerous right here. They're going to use them. So one on the right, one on the middle, and one on the left flank. Now, this 76 on the right here, Breakpoint, has a beautiful flank. What a good job to get in this position right here. What can he do with this position, though? Oh, no, no, no. He comes out. He sees the tank. He hops back in. He's not going to be able to get an OP or a Guerre up. He's going to go for a further flank. Dorbane, I think, sees him out there. No, Breakpoint goes down. What a beautiful position that he would have maybe been able, if he'd put an OP down in this trench here and then defended the OP, he would have been able to rotate an ATN and maybe take out one of these 76s or two. I mean, he's right on the flank right here, so anything's possible. Instead, that doesn't happen here. Now, Core Para, Anthrax, Jay Thompson, right flank, big push here coming out from Core. They're going to hit the front hard, so the north side hard with tanks. They're going to hit the right side hard with infantry. Core STDB here looking to take the 3rd point and take a 3-2 lead onto this match right now. Reason's going to get 1 AT in. That's all he gets, though. Gets taken down by the tank. 76 needs to fall back, playing very aggressively here. They're going to have to be careful that they don't lose these tanks. That's a lot of fuel to lose. Back in the fields, we can see that Core is kind of running amok. Shnarshi is doing what he pleases over here now. I do like the position of Mr. H in the field. Should be able to suppress Shnarshi effectively. Feast also there to help out as needed. But that with that Core squad lead in the field, he'll be able to redeploy his rally, or sorry, his OP when he wants, and deploy 6 people in to run amok around the field and take out spawns as they please. Frontline pushing in closer. Not a lot of infantry left to defend these tanks, though. It's looking a little sketchy, honestly, front line. Markovich is going for another AT on, this time to the 76. But where? So where are the Panthers? There are the Panthers. I see a shot coming out from Panther. Not too sure. I think it's an anti-tank emplacement right here. They're trying to do some beyond visual range shooting, lobbing shells over the horizon as it would be. They're not really hitting anything over there, though. Here's a very important point. So forces coming together here. Breakpoint, last man alive on this flank, the west flank of point. Core's also pushing in the front of point. 1 Panther up to the 2 or 3 76s. 1 Panther goes down immediately, trying to pick a fight with 2 76s here. Front line has been taken on point, breached by Core STDB here. This could be where the wheat field comes back to save DC Raptors. I don't know. It's very tough. Overkill onto the Panther as it's already down. There is possibly another Panther. No, it's a Panzer IV on point, hiding with a tight angle. But as soon as the 76 finds that, it's going to be lights out for him too. And I only say that because 76s can one-shot Panzer IVs. It's very rough if you're in a Panzer IV trying to compete with a 76. You have to have crazy cover. Oh, it looks like we're seeing a Sherman coming out. How many tanks? Crusader is one-manning a Sherman. This is insane. He didn't like the fact that he got killed right away in the other tank. So he's going to one-man a Sherman onto point. And he's going to sit in there, and he's just going to shell. Now, is this going to be as effective as the last time we saw this play? It might just. Reason pulling up. Oh my gosh. Crusader is going to go down immediately again. Immediately is satchel. This is not an effective tactic. If you're going to be doing this, you got to be a little further back supporting the infantry. Seems like a kind of a waste of fuel right now for STDB and Core. But I mean, you know, they are getting progress. He does get an OP. I did see that puff of smoke. He's going to drive right next to a Panzer IV. Can he get... No, he's not going to be close enough with the satchel. I was going to say, if he drives right next to the Panzer IV, he could take him out. That would be pretty funny. Not going to happen this time. DC Raptors actually fighting this one back, though. They're not giving up. They're not laying down. They're not rolling over. They're fighting this one out. They have good position on the left, on the east side. However, their north and west side are really suffering. And I think when the Raptors and DC do lose this wheat field in this back forest here, that's when Core STDB is really gonna have their way with this one. I mean, you can see how tight the defense is right here for Raptors DC. They really need to try and push out of that. Not only securing their front line here, but securing their flanks. And unfortunately, this Shnarshi squad doing work, like we said, once they get into the field, they can really go anywhere. And he's just appeared in the field with 6 men. Now, Hoompo Pumpo is the last one up from this one, but the pressure is immense coming in on the flank. Also right now, you can see George Lee hops out. I don't know if he stops Zaki from getting that satchel down. We can't really see right there. It looks like, yeah, the 76 is alive. And that's a lot of I mean, he does get taken out by an AT. That's a lot of fuel being kind of thrown away right now. Core is just gonna yeet in here, and you know what? It's close. I think they might have this one though. Lederzwer on the backside. Looks like he's taken out whatever spawn was up there. So shout out to you from Core. There is another spawn. Scalp's gonna go up, but yeah, they do put the right amount of pressure at the right time. What is this Panzer Force still doing alive here? They're hiding kind of in a corner. I would have assumed they were gone, so they might have taken out that 76, but they need to kind of push into the middle of point possibly. Oh, never mind. There's a 76 right in front of them. I did not see that second 76. Apologies. I don't think they did either, though, to be fair. They were peeking the right side. There's two 76s on point right now. My gosh, if there was only a satchel, they could have got 2 kills for 1. Down goes the point, though. AA Network. So it is finally 3-2 for Core. STDB, they have the lead in this one. Remember, they have to win 5-0, though. They got 29 minutes on this next one. We'll see how they fare. Scrolling out to see the map. I mean, that was a really good fight for DC Raptors. They just kind of... Their western flank got overrun. Once Core was able to get behind them and get that AT back there... they're going to be in trouble. Looking at the map right here, we can see Hamlet for the 4th point here. How will they fare? Well, they've already got a decent position to the northwest here. Core does have position to the northwest. I mean, they're going to look to translate that to maybe another western flank. It's a lot harder, though. Like the overview right here, you can see left side of your screen is very, very hard to push. Yes, there's 1 or 2 hedgerows, but it's so open. There's so many peaks from so many different directions. Now, if Core can amass 3 76s, then it shouldn't be too hard. They did lose, a 76 and a Sherman in the last little push. They do still have 2 76s. I don't know if I love the push from the west side here. I think the play, to me, obviously, would be to push through the right side of your screen, the northeast here, and push through the field. Now, it works both ways, of course, because it's hard to see in the field. So, DC Raptors could also push past the front line and get onto those OPs. But I think, honestly, the field is the play right there, or from behind, honestly, with a back garrison or airhead. I do love this backfield also. I think the fields give the best access to the point. Now, Core really trying to push with smoke here. We'll see how this is going. Right now, it's not really going too much. Once those tanks come up, though, I think we'll start to really see what they have in plan. Now, checking the map right quick to see, you can see a light tank on the flank going to the backside. You can see already, yeah, it looks like they favor the west side for this push, maybe with 2 squads sneaking into the right side here, but very much a favoritism on this left flank here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 OPs over here versus 2 OPs here. Now there is a rotation coming out of a couple squads, 3 squads to be exact. Delta squad's already there. You got Oscar and India coming in too. Mike is just in his friendly territory right there. Another 76 coming up to that flank. Now I wonder if we'll see kind of a bait and feint, kind of a feint to push this left side while the team comes in hard and fast to the wheat field, or they could just simply pincer it, draw a lot of fire to this side while they make their push to point through here. We'll see, as that is getting set up for right now. There's not a lot of defense on that left side though, so I mean it won't be out of the question. I mean, pushing with tanks also is a lot easier, especially when you have open fields. Now artillery is landing pretty heavily over on this left side here to try and break up that attack. Core's just kind of going a little wider with their push. They're going to have those 276s to support on this side. As for the right side right now, it's early days. I think DC Raptors need to do a good job of trying to control this middle space right here. You can see, look at all the Belgian gates they have up. Holy smokes. That's a lot of Belgian gates and wire. Look at this wire. They're just trying to defend all these open pockets here. Look how wide they are with this defense too. So really trying to keep a nice front line up. I mean, we're going to see some satchels to dislodge some of this, some of these defenses. But it's a really wide defense here from DC Raptors. And unfortunately, I mean, unless they can get those satchels off to open up some of these lanes right here. Look, you can see Espresso going for it right now. But there's continually fire from a tank from the backside here. So Espresso's going to be going for the satchel now. There we go. So this one's going to open up. Toki's also going to be opening up on the left side. I think DC Raptors do know too, like the field is there, and if they lose that kind of front line on the field, then there's going to be, you know, lots of core pushing through. Massive redeploy from the left flank from the core as kind of we expected. You can see them now really trying to pressure this front line. Satchels placed in key positions over here. You're going to see about 2 satchels right here. You can see them burning off on the right side. There we go. A lot of barbed wire clear, and Belgian gate goes down also. A lot of role playing being done. Bob the Builder being done. However, it only stalls core out for about 3 to 4 minutes, honestly. You can see that core pushing in right now. Henning Para in the field. They're going to be able to get OPs down and you know, potential 12 players. They're calling for a supply drop, which is interesting here, though. Do they go for a field garrison? That's not a bad play. Field garrison there is not a bad play at all. And here we go. Para, Killer, Ralph, Espresso, all pushing in right here now. Panther does have a peek onto this. It's so hard to see in the field, though. At least not for that one. Scalp defending. Prowie, Bobby also flanking. 3v2 right here. Para needs to stay alive if he wants to get that OP up. To get a position to kind of push into this point. Be a disruptor on point. Ooh, that is a nice. I mean, it does take Scalp out too, but that was worth it. Para goes down now. Does he have the OP up? Henningby should have it up. Looking in the field, you can see, no, only Henningby has that OP up. It is hot. There is supplies coming in also. Galbad going to flank there and take out the OP. So good work from the DC Raptors defense here. This wheat field is so tough. It's so hard to defend it effectively. I do like what they've done with the wire and the Belgian gates. And I do like them, you know, especially using the recon to kind of see what's going on here is super important. Now, as those 76s come up, though, we're going to see the true test of the defenses here on point. And if we look far to the left, oh, not too bad. Oh, what is this blown up? That looks like just a truck. No worries. Yeah, honestly, not too bad on the left. I never suspected that Core was going to be putting everything into this one, so it made sense that it would be kind of a feint over to that left side. I did just hear a tank ricochet a shot. We're going to check the map quickly to see what that is. That's going to be this one over on the flank, it looks like. There is a second medium tank, though, pushing a Core. Again, even going further than the fields, they're going all the way around the backside here. So if we rotate the camera to your right side, you can see this push coming in. Core have a decent position, but I do like Zaki's position, actually. Zaki getting behind the Core squad here. Is he going to go for a knife? No, he gets flicked on by Leadersver. Did I get that one right? I don't know. But unfortunately, Anthrox, the only one pushing with this tank. He is the lone. Is that Crusader alone? No, finally. It's Rising Valhalla and Gold Dragon. I was expecting to see Crusader alone one-manning, and he's just going to get satcheled right away again. Yeah, this tank, they might be looking for Gary's. Unfortunately, Skurzian and another tank is hitting him right here. So this should be it. This flanking aggressive Sherman, is he gonna be able to get? Oh, he's almost on the backside here of the Panther. Oh my gosh, he's gonna be right on the backside of the Panther. One shot into the back of the Panther. Can he take it down before he gets AT'd from the right? Two shots in. Oh no, the Panther, what a flank here. Third shot in, he goes down. It was all worth it. I honestly thought he would be taken out by the AT or another tank. There were so many rockets back there, not enough connecting. And you know what? That was incredibly worth it. That was an incredible flank. There is another tank marked out on the right here. I don't know what or where. It is going to be a Panzer IV, a Bimsky, Phonex, and Raptor. I don't know. You know, Hellfire is going to be here really soon and get that rocket on the side. But, I mean, at the end of the day, that was super worth it. Down it goes. Rising Valhalla's like, well, I don't have anything to repair anymore, so I guess I'm going to go out with my pistol in a blaze of glory. That was a fairly short blaze of glory. Over here potatoing a little bit, getting Rising Valhalla. But all in all, you know, it was only a loss of one tank. Now, the issue becomes P4 is the only thing they have left up against, what, 2 76s? We can check the map and find out really quickly. This 76 is looking a little sketchy on the left side. I want to go check out what's going on over there. The middle one, yeah, so 2 76s, potentially one. The 76 on the left side might have just gone down. Did it just go down? Markovich with the takedown? Yes. All right, finally, we're starting to see that anti-tank infantry go to work here for DC Raptors. I've been waiting for a while to see that, and they weren't really successful. You saw how many missed shots we saw, for example, on the Stewart. That could have had an impact. The missed flanking opportunity on those 376s, well, the 276s at least, on AA network, right? That huge missed opportunity to get anti-tank infantry out there. Now there's only 176. It's not a horrible position. Now they're going to need AT guns. They're going to need those rockets. They're going to need a reason with a satchel going after this 176. And honestly, it's doable. This is defendable right now. The Core do not have the tanks at the front right now. I don't think to brute force this. They're going to try. We're probably going to see a bombing run drop with it. But I mean, Reason is so close. If Reason can get this satchel off, this would be a huge play here. Reason going for the satchel right now. Can he get it? George Lee spots it and comes out and gets the knife. Oh, George Lee with the defense of the game right there onto the 76. Gets the knife onto Reason. Oh my gosh, it was so close. The 76 stays up. And DC Raptors are going to need to find another answer for their anti-tank needs. Reason was so close to that one. You know, props to George Lee for getting out and getting the knife kill there. The cojones to hop out with your knife instead of your pistol and get the takedown there is amazing. Panzer IV versus 76. Now this Panzer IV does not want the smoke. 76 knows exactly where he is. This is very aggressive from Core here. This could lead to disaster right now. RZ with the first shot onto the 76. Bombing run drops. Sirius stays alive crucially. And honestly, I don't see a lot from Core to follow up on this one. I don't see a whole lot. Yeah, 76 is going to back up because there's not too much from STDB Core pushing. Christian goes down immediately. Shots coming into this 76 here. I'm not too sure from where, honestly. Probably an AT gun somewhere. Ooh, long range. Hold the phone. That is not an AT gun. Well, I mean, it's an AT gun mounted on armor and tracks. That is going to be revenge for Phyonix, Red Dot Ronnie, and Ernest in the Panther coming out. Looking for revenge. You know what? Fuel swing towards the Axis here. Advantage Axis on point. They have the tank on point right now. Checking the map. Yeah, oh, Bates going for a half-track play. Okay. Still a big position. Now, there is still one more 76 apologies and a Crusader alone in a tank. That's got to be a meme at this point. How many times has he driven up to a tank? Is he going to get satcheled immediately again? I don't know. But Webernecht, Rising Valhalla, and Gold Dragon are on point. There is looks like a recon vehicle also coming up. And then another heavy tank maybe back here. Look at this. Bates coming in is going to be putting a half-track somewhere deep in enemy territory right here. Now, there is still a light tank and a heavy tank. So I thought that was the last heavy tank. I was wrong. Apologies. This heavy tank is on the left side, though. And you know what? DC Raptors making a good case to take him out. They're pretty close. Spinning here. Ooh, double takedown there from Spinning or Billy, close to that OP. Unfortunately, don't get the OP there. Spinning's gonna no nonsense this one with a rocket. Does look like he got that. Should have another rocket in his pocket. And actually, the frontline Stewart actually gonna go down there. So not horrible AT play here from DC Raptors. Another rocket gonna go out. Looks like that one's targeting maybe the 76 on the backside here. At 76 already pushing east to try and support the attack on the middle. Oh my gosh, artillery devastating. About a full squad's worth of infantry pushing the point. Artillery is locked in on that front side from DC Raptors. .76 driving back and forth, looking for a peek onto point right now. There is a tank marker actually in the middle of point. That is going to be this Panzer IV pushing out. I wonder, I'm not too sure what he's doing. Maybe trying to support BERSERKASTS on the right here. Sneaky pushing past the artillery. Nice looking for a takedown on the front line of those supplies. Really do love this artillery though. Absolutely devastating. Sneaky is being sneaky once again though. Oh, he's peeking too long, though. He does not see all that activity on his rear right there. He should be able to see this, though. I mean, maybe not the OP, but definitely the heads and the shots coming from really close. You got to wonder, though, is the artillery there? I mean, Hellfire, Zaki, both really close to this one. Sneaky made it through the lines. Hopefully he can find some garrisons. Unfortunately, on the backside as we come back to point, bomb comes down, takes out the Panther on point, and Core is coming in on the masses from the rear of this one. Core pulling the ripcord on the attack. Ricochet. Again, we see another ricochet on a Panzer IV. I don't know what happens. It's literally a box. How it ricochets like it's got angled armor is beyond me. That Panzer IV is going to need to get out of there, though, and rotate, because this Core team has found an opening on the backside, and they are right next to the point right now. Anthrax with the takedown there, not helping. Reason's going to try to defend this one from the back. He gets one, looking for a second right here. Important takedown to get. He gets dropped by Para. The field is kind of the last hope here for DC Raptors. The Panzer IV running away from point. Don't know if I love that. I would love to see him coming to fight on point with his team right here to try to hold the point. Crusader coming in from the backside, though. Sneaky trying to defend right on point. Crusader is going to be going for a satchel. Oh, no. Okay, hold the phone here. So that satchel is outside the trench. It's probably going to kill everyone inside and the garrison. I wholeheartedly disagree that that should be the case. There's so much dirt there. I understand if it's like right next to him, but there's someone level with me right here. There's no way that should take out the Guerre and everyone down in the cover, should it? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. It's tough, man. That satchel is so high up, and everyone's dead. Crusader wins the point. for STDB Core. Everyone in the cover goes down. Everyone outside the cover goes down. Satchel outside of a trench clears the trench. And I feel dirty. I feel dirty looking at that and knowing it's going to happen and thinking it shouldn't really happen. I mean, regardless of what team you're on, if this was teams were reversed, you know, and it was a DC Raptor satchel, I would say the same thing. It's in cover. I want to see someone push that with an STG-44. I don't want to see a satchel get it from, 10 meters away through, I don't know, so much sand and dirt and fortification. It seems cheap to me. Props to Crusader for the 6th satchel, though. But I know it's like the point is over now. Core gets this 4-1. And I would have loved to see him, instead of just getting the easy satchel, go for a push with an STG-44 and get drop 10 bodies, 10 takedowns. Oh well. I'll get off my soapbox, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. That was a really nice bombing run from Ninja Pulver. You know what? DC Raptors might just get back onto this point. What a bombing run. Oh my gosh. Harald's going to trade here. Now SEMA has to get dropped. DC need to get some spawns back on point. There's a spawn so close to point. Artillery doing work. Puma yeeting into point right here. And you know what? DC Raptors have done the unthinkable with an amazing bombing run from the backside. They have pushed back onto point and they now have position. Big flank from the north side of point right here. What Ninja Pulver with one of the best bombing runs I think I have seen in a long time. Artillery on point from DC Raptors here, and they have taken back Hamlet. No way. Bad idea here from the core tank, going to be pushing in to try and support this push. There's nobody left up though, and there's no Guerre. They need a frontline Guerre in the wheat field if they want to continue this. I mean, Core still pushing from the southeast there. It doesn't look like DC Raptors have been able to clear their lines just yet. So we won't, get too excited about this, but it seems, pretty exciting here. Really nice. I mean, Core has just been able to maintain this flank though, and it's crazy. DC Raptors had a pretty good opportunity to be able to flank back into it, but they just cannot. And you know what? All that bombing run and that push back onto point really was looking like just a stalling tactic, because Core back on the cap again. I mean, it is probably 60-40 attack for point. Down goes one of the tanks. I think at 70-30 now in Core's favor, as DC Raptors do lose their tank. They do have a Guerre on the backside of point though. This might end up being one of the legendary fights over the Hamlet we've seen. Now Crux is on the flank. Can he pick out that Guerre? He's going to go for nade. So nade comes out. First nade. He's going to line up that shot, though, on the Guerre. This could be a huge play for Crux. Does he have another rocket? Doesn't look like he does. Oh, no. Crux uses the rocket to take down the Lux. Doesn't have the rocket for the Guerre and the 20 infantry that spawn. It doesn't matter, though. Core STDB are going to take the Hamlet after an epic fight and a really amazing... really, you got to say, give props to Ninja Pulver for one of the nicest bombing runs I think I've seen in this channel in a long time. All right, it is 4-1. It's all to play for back at the fields here, ladies and gentlemen. The 5th point, and for the win of the Summer Offensive Tournament. 29 minutes to go. Here we go. This is going to be intense. 4-1 for the Allies. STDB Core looking to win the Summer Offensive Tournament with this last point, and they have 30 minutes to do so. Redeploys coming in on their new garrisons right here. There is a tank marked right on the Guerre. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an interesting fight right from the get-go here. Both teams in very close proximity to each other. Spieler's going to look down that street and go, what? Mosh 2. Yikes. Espresso needs to just rotate his window a little bit. I don't know if he can see anything. That Panther is right next to this whole core team, core STB team. Panther already taking shots from a 76 on the backside here. And a rocket from the front. Panther is going to go down. And another tank drops here for the Axis. That's going to be Gold Dragon, Rising, Valhalla, Webernecht, and shout out to Lettersver. I don't know the rest of his name, if it goes longer, for the rocket. Now, DC Raptors need to win this fight right here. They need to get, oh my gosh, it's going to be very hard. They'll look at another spawn wave coming down. No real way to get into that spawn too. It's a very nice place for a garrison. You have to go all the way around to kind of get into it. The nade spam is just absurd right now, coming up from both sides. Zaki on a flank. It could be very dangerous here if he can flank back around and get position on this Guerre. I do think they need to open up some of these positions, though. It's kind of crazy that there's like houses and stuff in between and there's nobody can just get to them. So they're having to fight like around a whole block just to get to like the other enemy position that's like 2 feet away. It's kind of crazy. Like at least the outdoors could be opened up maybe if they don't want to open up the buildings. But it seems a little silly to see people like 10 feet apart having to go like all the way down a block over here to fight, or all the way down over here to fight. You know what? DC Raptors do make some ground though. Nade spam. I didn't see if there's a satchel. Artillery paying off right here. Phonex with position on the flank. Mr. Pink, Happy Churd, and Luapet. Only ones left alive from DC Raptors. Ooh, nice artillery strikes here. It looks like creeping artillery from the DC Raptors crew. Actually, you know what? We can't see who they are right now, but we gotta go and give them props really quick. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's Quicknicks from DC, Marcroft and Grimaldum for Raptors. These guys have been on point today. 2 gunplay right now. Quicknicks solo and the Raptors crew with 2 on it. They've been on point. Their defense has been really good so far with that artillery. We saw it on the Hamlet, how strong it was. Unfortunately, you know, DC Raptors couldn't hold that. Core just too strong in the flanking position. But you know, this is a new day right here, a new point. The fields, 25 minutes. You have to assume at some point Core is going to go for a flanking position here. You can see Bates already looking to start setting up some garrisons. They're going to look to dominate both HQs and get around behind. I'm sure we'll see, you know, airheads and garrisons in every sector that they can manage, getting closer and closer to the point. Right now, though, they're pretty content just pushing frontline. DC Raptors haven't been able to clear out this garrison yet on the backside. Callion is right here. Callijon, apologies. Don't know why I said it like Spanish with a silent J. Allies still spawning in on this garrison. I'll be a lot less bodies. Sneaky. Living up to his name here on the backside. Gonna sneak around right over the garrison. Oh, he missed the garrison. He's on top of it. He knows it's here. He gets taken out. I would have loved to see him drop behind the garrison maybe and take it out before going for the kills there. He gets taken out right away. That position of the garrison, though, will be revealed. There'll be a ping right onto it. I'm surprised we didn't see rockets from the windows where Rulebook Roger is in the building onto that Guerre. You'd assume that they'd be able to hit that. If we go right here, no, maybe not. Definitely from the middle window. Middle window is definitely possible with a ping. Might be a hard shot to make though, to be honest. Serious on the backside though. Ooh, with the double takedown. Okay. He's on top of the wall right here. There's a very nice position on that Guerre. Unfortunately, Frank going to take him down also. Core now are stacking the town, Saint-Marie-Du-Mont. And they have position. Honestly, I'm surprised they were able to get in the town. I would have figured there'd be some defenses holding that position, that flank. You can fairly easily lock it down with just a couple people. Honestly, one squad could probably lock the town down, especially with defenses and whatnot. It's too bad that that wasn't the last point. Or that wasn't a point, apologies. The second last point. That would have been really cool. Luapet, Henningby, and Mosh all camping. They were expecting this flank. You can see. Ooh, Luapet stays alive with the grease gun. I thought Cal was going to be going for a knife right there. Artillery again on point, has rotated over to this core push. Unfortunately, you know, DC Raptors have just not been able to get this Guerre. They've gotten close, but they, like, Sirius started camping. I would have loved to see Sirius put down an OP right in this corner here, and then look for a way onto the Guerre instead of just camping it, you know, per se. Because that Guerre is just creating more and more pressure right here. And DC Raptors just absorbing. But what if they crack? And if they crack on this flank here, that frontline Guerre is going to come back into play. Now, Zaki going to drop a satchel. That doesn't do a whole lot. Bombing run to disrupt this defense goes out. I'm checking to see. Yep, it is going to be an allied bombing run. There is also a tank in the wings right here. Paramax with a nice position here. He runs into the church. We'll see if Mars Mike's able to get him. He is. That's not good news. Paramax was able to shore up that defense. Ooh. Some good news, though, as the tank goes down. Just non-stop action here on this one. But looking at the front line, Core is making more progress into the town right here. DC Raptors just need to get the garrison. I think once they can get this garrison on the right here, that'll free up some time. That'll free up some position to maybe push out and take back some of the positions they've lost. You can see on the west side here, Core is firmly in control. You know, getting closer, and once that already also goes down too, that's a huge loss for the DC Raptors team. Once they don't have the potential to artillery and defend, it's such a huge loss for them. And they're pretty close right now. I mean, Bobby and Perico are defending pretty strongly in the mid here. All it takes is one garrison to go down in the trench right here, though. Oh, hold the phone. That's, yeah, that is a garrison. Okay. And once that mid garrison goes down and the artillery is collapsed on, it's going to be that much harder to hold the fields here. Core looking for progress. Haven't made any yet on this line. They're still kind of in the same spot. If anything, they've lost the progress they made over here on the south. But this south squad just needs to be really careful. They can't lose their OP. Same for the middle. Like, I don't think honestly, anybody here from DC Raptors can afford to lose a frontline OP. We're on the last point. Ninja Pulver is holding a tight angle right here. Ooh, this is going to be nasty. Trip and Mars Mike trying to pick this off. Ninja's just content with holding this tight angle. He's going to shift a little bit here, open up the angle. I do like that from Ninja. Not going to just stay in the same spot. Night X. Trading shots with Mars Mike. Nobody getting the kill there. Still not able to take this garrison down here. Is the DC Raptors team. They got close twice. Really just They just need to get a spawn wave right here and they can take it. But that frontline pressure just increases, you know, Core just turning the screws now. They weren't able to get anything out of that bombing run. So that's something. The bombing run asset's not there for Core STDB. But on the other side, this DC Raptor squad not able to get anything here on the defensive either. Look, like Reason's still peeking. They just need a good artillery hit and maybe they can get a timing here. Do love how that opens up though in between. I wonder if he can flank all the way around here, Reason. If he can move here, up here, over here, and just plant a satchel right there, he can get that Guerre. I think there might be an invisible wall there though. Regardless, Sneaky, oh, pushing in. He cannot repeat his feat at squad line battles. He's gonna go down. A little bit of a push out coming here. Finally getting position on the road. Now Reason has position on the Guerre. Lettersver trying to fight it out. Can't do it. Reason now, is he going to go for the Guerre take right here? No, he's going to stay holding the position. There's nobody else left alive here. He could call his artillery and say, boys. All right, after the next one, chill. Count out the seconds it takes. And then push it here. This is an important play right here. Sema. Oompa Poompa stays alive. Oh, Oompa Poompa in the bush. Oh no, he's gonna get Reason as he goes. Or can he see him? Reason with the flick should be able to take down the Guerre here. This is a huge play, and it took so long here for Reason to take down this Guerre, honestly. This should have happened like 20 minutes ago. Maybe not 20, but you know, you get the idea. Should be able to get the takedown right there. Sneaky with them. I don't think Fleeter's going to be able to get there in time. And this is really good news. This means now that DC Raptors can flank into SMDM and cut off the infantry over there. We've been paying attention to this fight though for a little while. Let's check out the artillery, make sure they're still good. Ooh, it is not looking good for artillery right here. Core making a lot of progress on the western side. Now there is 15 minutes to go. Or seem to be rotating to the point instead of to the artillery here. I would expect them to go for the arty. I mean, TKU and Raptor doing some work on the backside to shore things up. There is a 76 below us. That middle kind of pocket opening up. I'd love to see Serious, Reason, Phonex, Feast really push around the backside of the enemy forces here to try and relieve some pressure on the field. Now, if we look back on the northeast side, it looks like, yeah, a little progress being made on the front line by the defenders here. DC Raptors able to push out, secure some houses here that they did not have, and relieve some pressure here. Now I'm wondering, what is the next play here for STDB Core? I mean, corner airhead? Breakpoint is spawning back here in the HQ. Gonna be checking to see if there's anything at the backside here. There is a garrison back here too. I mean, at this point, you could potentially airhead and supplies coming in from the allies. Okay, Breakpoint's going to see those supplies and take them out. That should be an easy take on that. I'm surprised we don't see an airhead play on the backside. I'm sure once the artillery is shored up, though, we'll start to see some of that. More infantry deployed onto the artillery right here. Minimum distance firing. There is a 76 pushing, though, so this might be the beginning of the end for the arty here for DC Raptors, as this 76 is just going to hammer away at those positions. They might, I don't know if they're going to commit to pushing the artillery or just leave that 76 there to AoE into the artillery. This middle, it looks like, oh no, Core has taken back the position they were in before, and we're right back to frontline, intense frontline pressure here. So for all that good work, they were able to take down the Guerre. Unfortunately, Core is just redeployed with OPs and being able to take back all that space. That DC not able to take, DC Raptors, apologies, not able to take advantage of their position in the middle there and exploit it for any gain. They end up just losing it right back again to STDB Core. Unbeknownst to Core, they have really decent position to push across the road right now. Looked like maybe a satchel or a grenade going off. A Lux also going down in the middle of the field right here. Apologies, that's going to be a Greyhound. Not too sure what he was doing there. It's facing the wrong way. Maybe trying to cut back and support the infantry to open up a hole in this line right here. Speaking about holes in the line, there's a big one. Le Docteur, Mr. Doctor here, has found. I mean, Luke Mars might try to exploit that opening in the defenses. Unfortunately, the squad lead can't get through for STDB. Pang out of position right here. Ninja Pulver on a roof holding a tight angle. But Doctor's going to push through here, and it looks like he's going to be able to get an OP. Now, where is that OP or Gary? Just looking for it right now. I can't spot it out. There it is. Oh no, a huge gap opens up. And the Gary's going to be going down here. Le Docteur flanks onto the Guerre. Doctor flanks onto the Guerre. He's going to take it down. That's a huge win. And that might be the beginning of the end here on this flank for DC Raptors. As a hole opens up, Doctor gets the Guerre. Horton Ho's going to have to fight this one back. Very important 1v1 right here. Oh, so lucky with the mines. Okay, Horton needs to replace that Guerre as soon as possible right here. Zaki's already putting down the supplies. And you know what? There was a missed opportunity for a take on a OP. Because right beside that Guerre was an OP. And you know what? Missing out on that OP is huge. That is absolutely huge here. Horton's going to have a chance to put down another Guerre. Gets it down. And crisis averted. Although Core STDB did redeploy a lot of their forces from this eastern flank. So at the end of the day, you know, they weren't poised to exploit that right away. And you know what? Honestly, this is looking pretty good. That threat, that pressure is still kind of here in the middle. But, you know, no panic on the DC Raptors side. They've retaken those positions. They have decent spacing. I think the biggest thing they've got going for them right now is spacing. It's very hard to flank their positions. They got overlapping fields of fire. My biggest worry is just the lack of you know, tempo, of aggressiveness to exploit this hole they made for themselves with the garrison takedown in the middle here. And now they're facing a lot of pressure. You can see Sirius is OP under heavy pressure here. Matt the King looking for a flank and a satchel, and he might just find it right here. Book Roger looking the wrong way. Matt King gonna take it slowly here. Ooh, does he go for the satchel there? No. Reason spots him out. I don't know how he spots him. Gets the takedown. Bombing run and a drop in the middle. Markovic, yeah, nowhere to run. Oh, is the end of that bombing run going to pick up in this trench right here? Yes, it is, but McClan, Skierzian, Mr. H all survive that. OP's still up. Core looking to make a hole in the middle of that defenses. They might just be able to, honestly, with Cali John's squad there. Prowie TKU going to try to fill that. Oh, big spawn wave actually coming out. There's a garrison right there. So trip right beside the Guerre. Happy Churd, or sorry, in the OP. I don't see the Guerre unless it's inside the garage right there. No. So there's an OP somewhere. Looks like it went down. No, there's one below us. Okay. So Happy Churd, did he get a satchel off? I don't think it's going to be close enough to take it out. It might just be. Still lots of pressure. 7 minutes to go, though. Can Core do this in 7 minutes? I don't know. I don't know if they can. They use their last bombing run right there. They're going to yeet a 76 up to this position. Garrison's spotted. It's not a Gary. It's just an OP. 76 going to push in. Drive has a huge chance to take this. Gold Dragon hops out. Gets the takedown onto Drive. No satchel for you. Really nice play from these Core commanders here. Just absolutely able to defend their tanks effectively. Gonna need another hop out here. Markovic, Gold Dragon hops out, gets one. Night stays up. And that 76 is rushing the point right now. Are we gonna see an airhead at the end here? No airhead yet. I mean, the 76 is pushing. 6 minutes to go. I think this is DC+Raptors game right here. They might just hold. I mean, the left side is collapsed now, but is there 6 minutes left for Schnarshi to take out this this OP? I don't know. And is there another AP mine right there? Yes, there is. Is he gonna fall for the same trick that his compatriot fell for a few minutes ago? We'll see. It looks like he's gonna go for maybe an OP of his own before he pushes. Oh, Mars Mike is gonna maybe try to vault that. If STDB Core can get that position, there's still only 6 minutes left. Not a lot of time to take this point. '76 is down. And you know what? Raptors, DC hold the key points. They hold the middle. Bombing run does not clear enough of a lane up. Mars Mike still holding a tight angle here. Not enough redeploys to pressure this. Smoke coming out to try and support a push. Now, unfortunately, whoever goes over first is going to go down. And then you got Elva here, Zaki, and Teal'c up on the other side, too, to contend with. Mars Mike going to sacrifice himself for the greater good right there. Or apologies, it wasn't Mars. That was, don't know who that was. He's not there anymore. 5 minutes to go, though. Front line. TRA finally making a push. Here we go. Dorbian. 2, 3. Just can't get the third there. Sirius in the right place at the right time. A Stewart is going to come up and try to take out this Guerre. Let's go on board with the Stewart. Core STDB really throwing everything at this one to try and break the front line defenses. Looks like that is going to be rotated a little bit here. Can't go through that wall, buddy. Night going to go for maybe a satchel here. They really want to take out this this OP here. It's marked as a Guerre. It's not a Guerre. The Guerre is actually to our left over here in the field. 4 minutes to go, though. Not a lot of time left in this one. Not a lot of time at all. Stewart yeeting past the lines right here. Don't know what he's looking to gain by this. Maybe looking to find Gary's. Shooting open fields. Does find Ninja. George Lee and empty. I don't know where they're going with that. They should have really doubled back and gone for the Guerre over here. I don't know why they're so deep over there on that side. I guess they don't have intel about this Guerre. Maybe it's a new placement. Seems like it's been there for a few minutes at least. Would have loved to see them flank back. Nice little drift there to avoid the rocket. That was actually really nice. Can't avoid the next one though. But 3 minutes to go here. You know what? They could be looking to maybe set up for an airhead on point. That's pretty, you know, that's pretty much of a stretch here, but you know, it wouldn't be unheard of to try and go for an airhead to win this one at the end. They don't have a bombing run, Core STDB, and that Stewart's gonna get taken out. But I mean, they might be desperate at the end here. 2 minutes 45 left to go, and DC Raptors are holding their lines well. Another tank gonna come up. This is gonna be a medium this time. It's broken through the lines here. Gonna be going up against the Panzer IV. Unfortunately, P4 is gonna get the first shot off here. Should at least get the first shot off. Ooh, poor driving there. Gonna leave that tank trapped. Poor gunning from the Panzer IV. Gonna miss his first shot. Rocky comes into the back here, and this medium is gonna go down. Finally, it goes down. A lot of forces pulled back on this one. 1 minute 59 to go. And the Raptors DC might just have done enough here to hold on. 4-1 on the last point. Summer offensive tournament. A lot of people in chat didn't believe that they could do it. They thought that for sure if they lost the 3-2 that they would get 5-0'd. Panther coming out though. Panzer IV in the last point in 1 minute 30 to go. I just don't see how a Core STDB can pull this one off. Horton-Ho defending. That's going to be an easy take onto this airhead dropping on the back. Really late for the airhead, honestly, from Core STDB. Horton-Ho should just be able to easily take this one out. Or not. What a strafing run. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, Teal and Galbat are right there. Don't know if there's going to be enough time for a spawn. Bombing run comes in also. Horton's just going to redeploy on his OP though, and should be all right. Nobody here. Grenade goes out, and the airhead with it. Oh, that was a really bad grenade by Horton. Oh my god, what a spawn wave. They all die. What a grenade. Oh my god, so many kills. Horton's second grenade pretty much takes out everybody who spawns in. That was insane. 26 seconds ago. DC Raptors are going to take this game. They survive the onslaught. They hold on to claim victory here in the Summer Offensive Tournament Final. What a match. What a crazy grenade on the last one. That was absolutely insane. GG, well played everyone though. Thank you so much for joining. I had a blast doing this.